Welcome to the deep dive. Today we're looking at a fresh crypto analysis that just dropped.
That's right. It's from Vantage Plus, published today, April 28th, 2025.
And the overall market feeling seems, well, mixed, but definitely some positive momentum we need to talk about.
Yeah, definitely seeing some green. So our mission today is to, pull out the key insights.
Exactly. Market overview, technical picture for the majors. Let's get into it.
Okay, first up, a pretty big fundamental point from the analysis, Bitcoin. It just had its strongest weekly gain since Trump took office.
Wow, okay, that's a significant jump.
It really is. And it signals some pretty positive sentiment driving prices up across the board, really.
For sure. And you hear analysts speculating now, right? Could Bitcoin actually push past its old highs? Maybe even like USD 100,000?
But that conversation is definitely happening. And adding fuel to that is the ETF flow. Get this. USD 2.68 billion accumulated in US-listed ETFs just up until last Thursday.
2.68 billion in a week.
Well, up until Thursday, yeah. That's some serious capital inflow. Shows real belief, you could argue.
Definitely suggests conviction in this current move. Okay, so let's look at Bitcoin's chart specifically. Trading around, what, USD 94,311 right now?
Yep, around there. And technically, it had a really strong bounce off the 50-week moving average last week.
Okay, the 50 MA acting as support. That's often a key level.
Exactly. And Vantage Plus notes this kind of illustrates how crypto markets are maybe starting to follow these general price areas, these technical zones, a bit more predictably.
Interesting. A bit more structure emerging, perhaps. And it broke above USD 90,000 too, didn't it?
It did. That's a big psychological level. Breaking above it often adds to positive momentum.
So with that break and the price now in the mid-90s, that USD 100,000 mark in the old all-time high, they feel, well, closer.
They certainly seem to be in play. Now, let's switch gears to Ethereum. ETH is trading around USD 0,805.
Also looking positive, but maybe not quite keeping pace with Bitcoin.
That's the observation, yeah. It's lagging a bit. And critically, if you look at the daily chart, the 50-day moving average seems to be acting as a cap.
A ceiling, you mean? Where's that sitting?
Right around USD 1,855. It's proving to be a bit sticky.
So that 1855 level is like the battleground for Ethereum right now.
Precisely. A solid break above that could really trigger more buying pressure. But if it fails there, if that resistance holds,
Then we could see it fall back.
yeah, the analysis suggests a move back towards USD 1,500 isn't out of the question if that level holds firm. It's pretty critical.
And this week's UF fundamental data could be the trigger, one way or the other.
Very possibly. Economic data can definitely sway sentiment, especially in these slightly uncertain zones.
Okay, got it. What about Ripple XRP, trading at USD 2.2099?
So Ripple seems to be capitalizing on the good mood. It had a sharp recovery after those falls earlier in April.
Right, I remember it dipped quite a bit, so a strong comeback.
Definitely bouncing back. And Vantage Plus points out something interesting. If XRP manages to close the month strong, which means by this Wednesday,
Yeah.
we could see a very bullish candlestick pattern form on the monthly chart. That could signal, more upside to come.
And potentially lead to a break above USD 2.500 in May. Is that the idea?
That's the potential scenario they're outlining, yes.
Yep.
A strong monthly close could set that up.
Okay, interesting potential there for XRP. Lastly, Solana, SOL, around USD 149.48.
Yep. SOL also has upside momentum, but like Ethereum, it's also lagging Bitcoin a bit.
Another one playing catch-up, sort of.
Yeah.
What's the technical picture for Solana?
Well, the weekly chart suggests it might struggle a bit. The 50-week moving average looks like quite strong resistance right now.
So, similar to ETH with its 50-day, SOL has a hurdle on the weekly time frame.
Exactly. Breaking that 50-week MA could be tough. However,
Yes.
if it can manage to break above, say, USD 170.00 on that weekly chart, that would be a significant bullish signal. Could open the door for more gains.
Right, so 170 is the key level to watch for Solana on the upside.
Correct.
Okay, so wrapping this up, the Vantage Plus analysis paints a mixed but generally positive picture, wouldn't you say?
I think that's fair. Cautiously optimistic is probably a good way to put it. Bitcoin's leading the charge.
Ethereum's at a really critical point,
Ripple's showing recovery potential, especially with the month-end close coming up.
and Solana needs to overcome that key weekly resistance.
Precisely. So keep those levels we discussed in mind. BTC's push towards 100K, ETH around 1855, XRP looking at 2.50, and SOL needing to clear 170.
Lots to watch. And it leaves you thinking, right, what are the key factors that will ultimately decide the direction from here?
Exactly. Will it be continued technical momentum, or will upcoming fundamental news, maybe that U.S. data, cause a shift. It's always that interplay, isn't it?
Definitely. That interaction between the charts and the real-world news, something for you all to consider as you watch these markets unfold.